Hey everybody, welcome back to Chortle Games Live. I am your host for today, Jake. I'm realizing all sorts of things right now. I'm realizing number one, I sat here as the pre-roll was going, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got to be the one to share it to Discord, because I miss that sometimes. Don't always remember to do that, so I'm going to do that right now. But we're back. It's Friday. We're playing some more Grounded. Right now, it's just me. Steven had originally told me he should probably be able to make it, but we will let him join when he can. I've now shared that to Discord for everybody there, so there you go. But yeah, we're back. We're playing some more Grounded. We're just having a freaking blast in this game right now. Okay, it has us, and I mean us, meaning me and probably Steven more than anyone else.
Here. Ready to mix it up?
But it's got us by the balls, and we are just hooked. So gonna be playing some more today. Last night we had a great stream, lots of fun stuff happening. I'm gonna also turn on my lights. That's the other thing. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Boom. Now you can see me a little better. Anyway, we're gonna play a little bit more today. Steven, I'm losing my train of thought here. So we last night we had a great stream, did all sorts of adventures, had a lot of great fun, and we finished and we were just like, wow, we are beat to shit. We've got to go back to the base and kind of reconfigure. So I'm at the base. I have reconfigured myself. I'm well taken care of. I need to heal, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm going to just do some maintenance today. It's kind of what I'm going to do. One thing we need pretty desperately is some sap. Steven is on his way. He just let me know. One thing we desperately need is sap. And so we've been we started doing this sap collector here, but we need a lot more. So what I kind of suggested to Steven was, why don't we build something at the top of the oak tree up here? What if we built something up here, created a zipline network that came up here, and we just had like a sap collecting station high up in the tree that we could get to and from with zip lines. So I feel like it's a pretty good idea. But anyway, I'm about to the height I want to be. I want to get to these main mushrooms up here and just kind of go crazy there with platforms and stuff. But see, I feel like, I think it's X for peepers. So like, we're probably on par with the fun guy tower there. So we probably shouldn't go higher. Well, there should probably be a zip to platform here. But anyway, what I really need to do is just start equipping, just start getting some different things over here. I really need, I'm really gonna need some grass and some weed stem. So luckily we got a little bit of weed stem right here. One thing I am nervous about, the wolf spiders. They patrol at night in this area. So that's gonna be a wild card that we gotta deal with. I just realized I didn't have my chat viewable, so that's going to be better right there. Also, if you've watched any of our Grounded streams, you know that I've been playing the game with no audio, which has probably been more terrifying. Well, I don't know, maybe it's made it less terrifying because I can't hear the danger, whereas the rest of the guys hear everything that's coming and freak out. I have not had to deal with that terror. I've just kind of been la running around. But I have audio tonight. You guys have audio. I don't know what I did different, other than just I am the one streaming. I am the one they want. Other than I'm just the one streaming, I don't know what I did different or special. So whatever. It's working. Y'all have audio. I have audio. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. See, Jesus, there just went an orb weaver right there in my path. Not happy about orb weavers. Not happy about them. Yeah, see, I can hear things now, and I'm just not used to it. Just not used to it. And it's terrifying. I understand why they're so scared. But anyway, yeah, just going to be a lot of construction. I don't want to go all out on this base necessarily, but I do want it to be functional for the objective, being zip here, zip back safely, and collect lots of sap with minimal trouble. That's the goal. That's the objective. I swear. There we go. I was like, I swear there was more wood right here. But yeah, I said this at the top, but we are just loving this game. I mean, seriously, me and Steven have spent a lot of time off stream, even just building, doing a lot of maintenance stuff, like I'm gonna do tonight. But we're hooked on this game right now. It's been so great. We've got the Stream King, the Far Cry guy, the Man Who May Cry Devil, and the Double Dog Dad, the Roguelite Lad, and the new Papa, Steven. What's up?
You're early.
I went a little early, and I just said, you know what? My plan, Steven, for today is just to do. I'm focusing on my oak tree fort that you commissioned me to do. Mm-hmm. And that's my focus. That's my objective here. And so I was like, you know what? If I start a little early, that'll be fine.
Did you realize we're at 1045 subs?
I did.
It's crazy.
You know, I'd like to say it's all me. It's all my hard work with the shorts, but you know, I'm not the only one in the shorts, so I can't take that credit. We
really,
wouldn't have
probably thanks to Matt.
We wouldn't have shorts if Matt and Jeremy didn't yell at me about stuff.
Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably just.
I mean, if you
stock up on supplies.
I feel like I'm gonna have a pretty good easy build over here. Knock on something. My audio is working too, by the way. So if I scream because I suddenly hear what a wolf spider sounds like, that's.
How'd you fix it?
Nothing different. Just I'm streaming, and so I guess it decided to work.
Your in-game mic is also on.
How do I do that? What up, Brody? Steven's here now. I started by myself for a second, so.
All right, keep talking.
I'm Jake, and I'm talking. I've got voice chat volume.
Don't mess with anything. I turned mine all the way down. Since you got your audio working, don't adjust anything. I just made it to where there's no voice chat volume on my end.
Okay, cool. Brody, this is a free game on Xbox Game Pass. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you don't have it, but if you ever decide to, it's a good one. You can jump straight into our world, and we can get you kitted up.
Do you have Game Pass Ultimate, Brody?
I don't think he does. I feel like we've suggested it to him a couple times, and he hasn't taken the bait yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm hearing a wolf spider.
If you're by the oak lab, you're probably hearing a wolf spider.
It is absolutely terrifying.
Yep. There's 3 over there.
Fucking shite. It's like a kind of sound. You know, I don't like it.
Yeah, that's definitely wolfy.
Yeah, it's Brody. You're definitely gonna want like a PC or a computer or something.
So you'd never heard the wolf spiders before?
I guess I have, but you forget. You forget what they sound like.
I don't know how you forget what those sound like.
I don't either.
That tastes really good.
All right, well, I might just have to run with what I've got over here. I was doing a supply run, bringing a bunch of grass. I may just have to start building with what I've got.
He's over here just stretching his arms.
Steven, I will say this. I think we are still in pretty desperate need of silk rope.
I'll do a run.
Yeah.
Give me your mint staff, though.
If you swing, well, okay, I'll come back by there.
Let me see. I would prefer to have one of those weapons just because it would. The thing about going over there is that it does take a toll on weapon grade.
Yeah. Do we have enough to make another? Is it worth making another?
Might have enough. I'll check.
Just do a look. It may not be worth it, and I'm happy to give it to you. But if it's easy enough to make two, we might as well, you know.
Wolfie's over here, so don't head over here right now.
Great. I'll absolutely avoid. I get snipped on January 6th, boys. Brody, I was gonna ask. I forget what I saw something on your story or Alex Ann's story or something of you in a hospital, and I was like, oh man, I wonder if he's. I was like, I know he's went to a consultation. I wonder if he's I wonder if he's all in right now. What's happening? So
I'm gonna have questions, Brody. I'm not looking at that right now, but I've always been curious about like what that procedure's like, just so if that ever does become something I need to consider, I know what to expect.
yeah, I'm honestly curious too.
You'd better not come over here, Nat.
Gnats aren't hostile, right?
No.
Okay, great. Hoops was just like, Nat, you better stay over there. I was like, oh. It's like, I didn't think these were hostile.
Gosh, the things Rhett and Link will do for content.
What'd they do?
They went and got a brosectomy together.
Wow. By the way, Steven, there's something that looks like an anthill, or the opening of an anthill over here by the Oak Lab.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what it is, an anthill?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very small one.
Gotcha.
But there's potentially some quartzite in there.
Gotcha.
So if you want to take a look, be my guest.
I mean, I'm probably not going to in the dark, but
we're at the point to where our gear, it's red ants over there, and red ants are laughable.
right.
Hold on, I'm gonna get a blanket because I'm surprisingly cold. I'm so glad that I finally get to say that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. Oh, big yawn, Peter. Big yawn. I've got Peter wrapped up in a swaddle where it's like he's not swaddled. It's just clumped all around him. And he's in this bounce chair. Looks very comfortable. I'll be right back.
I'm sure he's very comfortable. I don't know where that wolf spider went.
Okay.
That makes me a little nervous. I was gonna confront that wolf spider because I was at a pretty safe location. Now I don't know where he is, and that makes me nervous.
Brody, are you besmirching the the Gospel of Jeremy's Ladder.
Yeah, that's Jeremy's ladder, Brody. That's the only way we've been successful in this game
That
so
is
far.
blasphemy.
If we didn't have those ladders, I really don't know how far we would have come.
We'd still be sucking our thumbs at the briefcase.
The picnic table is still one of my favorite examples of that.
Yeah.
Because we it's like we had to knock over a shovel, like that's the correct way to get onto the picnic table, and we just completely negated that. We just built a ladder and made it to the top, and here we are. Okay, cool. I did not need this, but I brought it anyway. That's fine. All right. Grass floors.
I'm gonna look up and see where the other moths are. Okay, moths are garden lamp in the upper grassland, wheelbarrow, and castle moldork.
That must be that spooky castle.
Yeah.
All right, see you, Brody.
Wolfie is later, Brody. Wolfie is patrolling outside. I don't like it.
That's funny. There was one over here, but now he's kind of moved on. I don't know where he went. He probably knew I'd blast him with fire. Got scared. The music is incredibly eerie, though, right now. Is it always this way at night?
Oh yeah.
Terrifying.
It's very strange. I guess strange is the wrong word. This game is very similar in a lot of ways to Terraria.
Yeah.
And the music is one of those ways. And Terraria is one of my favorite games of the genre.
Right.
Was. There's so many games in the genre now that stuff's probably surpassed it. But I just didn't expect this game of all games to hit in a lot of the ways that it did.
Right. I was going to say something, and I completely blanked on what it was. I don't know.
Yeah, kill one mosquito. In fact, I'm probably going to go on a mosquito genocide run.
Go for it. If you go the pot zipline route, that should get you straight to at least 2
Yeah.
at the base of...
I'll go to the hedge lab and take out those since I'm headed to the hedge lab anyway.
Yeah, if you want to... Any spider silk we can get going, because I'm going to need at least... It's probably not going to be much since I'm so close to the base, but I'm going to need probably 20 or 30 silk rope to make a to and from zipline work here.
Yep. I am going to make my own mint staff just to have.
Okay. Probably a great plan.
Oh. I'm going to go ahead and spend that molar, the group molar on we
Resource
wanted
stack.
max resource stack, right?
I think that's going to be better.
There you go. We can carry 30 resources now.
Nice. Especially when we go on major quartzite runs, like
That's true.
where were we that we found just so much? We
That was
didn't
Red
even
Ant Hill.
finish.
Or Fire Ant Hill.
Fire Ant Hill, that's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was really good because we're still
rocking with some of that.
yeah. Wolfie is still here.
I mean, you need me to come over there and
No.
pop a couple fireballs in his ass?
It's funny because I just increased the height of our walls by another half step.
Mm-hmm.
This is making me want to do another full step.
He's anxious. He knows you're about to make him obsolete. Steven, did you and Matt find the Black Widow yesterday?
He says he did, but I think
I think he was seeing things.
well, he's got arachnophobia on, so I assume that he saw it because because of that mode. Like maybe the lighting was different, so he was able to see it and I wasn't. But we know where it is because I assume that one, if he did in fact see it, it would make sense because the whittlings were coming from that area.
Right.
I would love to kill the Black Widow today.
I was gonna ask, is it worth you and I
Yes.
exploring?
I mean, it wouldn't even be much of exploration. It would be more of an execution.
That's a badass line. I like that.
Thank you.
Hey, you got any crude rope over there? Just already built?
I'm working on crude rope right now.
I can obviously make some here, but if
I need a lot of crude rope, so I would suggest you just make your own.
well, fine, fuck it, fine.
Okay.
No, that's fine. I got plenty of fiber
Yeah,
over here.
That's why I was suggesting you do that.
I've also been tearing up grass planks, so I can just continue to tear up grass plank.
We can go hunt the Black Widow after I've done the run that I'm gonna work on.
Okay. Yep. I'm just doing construction up here, so you take your time. My hat may have killed me right now.
Safety first.
The wolf spider was safely walking away from me, and then I think he saw my light.
Yeah.
I need like a quick on and off button for that thing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I don't know how they do that, but the next thing I'm about to have to do is get a bunch of acorn tops. I'm gonna basically tear up every acorn around here.
Okay. Good. All right, we have another garden patch going.
Nice. I've got
Only one more though.
yeah, like 4 or 5 of those sap suckers going. So hopefully we ought to have a pretty healthy supply coming in.
Hydration is the key to performance.
Man, I've been missing all these great one-liners from Hoops.
What one-liners does Hoops say?
I just took a drink and she was like, hydration is key to performance. I was like, okay.
Sounds like something Pete would say.
No, Pete would be like, H2O intake is very important nowadays, or you might die.
Equals MC squared water hydration.
Did you know that water equals MC square?
Pete's delightful.
My dad doesn't talk to me because I don't play football.
Good lord.
Oh, man.
That felt personal.
I was about to say, yeah, oh, sorry. I'm just working out a couple of personal issues here. Okay, I got a nice little platform going here. All right.
I gotta make another chest down here. Wolfie, go away.
Dang, is he still over there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I need silk rope just to even construct this thing. Do we have any at the base?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to make a base run here in a second and come get some.
Let me see how much we have. Oh. Mm.
I literally just need 2.
Oh, yeah. You're good then.
I mean, I'll need more eventually, but we're talking a lot.
Okay. The rope that I thought we had must have been what Jeremy used.
I think your exact words to Jeremy were, grab all of the silk rope and bring it, and he did. Which was good, because we didn't even have enough to, we barely had enough to complete that one escape zip line at Toolbox Tower. Okay. I just need acorns now.
Whoa.
All right, 3 new chests
Nice.
underneath the shelves.
Great. Great placement.
Remember, if you're doing a base run, Wolfie's still here.
Okay.
I am headed to Hedge.
All right. Sounds good. Let me know if you need backup.
I'll be fine. This ain't my first rodeo.
All right. Never mind.
Well, I just assume that you'll be doing other things.
I'm gonna be getting. I'm gonna ensure that we will not have lack of sap ever again.
That's what I like to hear. Also, remember, oh my gosh, both doors were open over here. Wolfie could have probably not fit through the door because she's thick.
She's thick.
But-
she ain't coming in.
Remember to collect. Oh, look at that. There's mosquito blood sac, so I can make the thing I want. Collect grubs if you see them.
Steven, can we make signs?
Mhm.
I wonder if we shouldn't better organize the workbench area and like make a sign that's like monster parts
I don't know if we can make a sign
that like
we-
says something specific.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Because I end up just walking in and dropping stuff wherever there's a slot.
Well, the thing is, that's kind of the purpose of the shelves,
Right.
because one of the best innovations this game made to the survival crafting genre is if
If
the
it's near the
if it's-
workbench,
yeah.
you can use it.
yeah. So that's why there's so many chests around the workbench, because
Oh
just
yeah, no.
parts.
I'm not saying, oh, it sucks that we have so many chests around the workbench. I love that. I'm just saying we probably could better organize it, because you are always asking, man, where's my? I swear I have a mosquito sack somewhere, and it's like, oh, we have one. It's just in the wrong chest.
Well,
What you're saying is it shouldn't matter as long as it's near the workbench?
Well, with bug parts specifically, those are supposed to go in the chests to the immediate left or right of the workbench.
Okay.
If those don't have room, go to the shelves. The reason that I wasn't able to find those blood sacks is because there were some, but we didn't have enough. And then I saw that somebody had dumped a few in the little basket up in the fort.
Gotcha.
So we got
long
lucky.
as long as everyone knows to just put
Yes.
resources near the workbench, it really shouldn't matter the organization.
Specifically bug parts or weapon components. If it's weapon,
But old
or
weapons and old supplies can go upstairs on the deck
armor, yes,
or something like that.
that's kind of been my ruling. Yes,
That's how I've operated as well.
oh wow, that tick weapon,
Yeah.
it's one-handed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's two-handed.
Unless they've patched it, I've heard that its leeching ability is really good.
Yeah,
So that ought to serve you well.
yeah. That's probably what I'm gonna. Well, I got my mint staff too, but I'm gonna definitely take this thing for a spin.
Take it for a spin, big dog.
Now I'm headed to the hedge lab.
All right, have fun. I think I have most of what I need to make. I've got 29 acorn shells for you. And I've got 9 acorn tops. I don't have that many that I'm gonna need right now, so I'll be bringing some of those home.
2 wolf spiders are over here.
Gee whiz.
Yeah. I can't wait for the day where we've killed enough to where it's like the wolf spiders are aware of your presence.
Oh, oh God. Why are they still out? Don't they usually sleep in the day?
It varies.
Or is this the ecosystem that you think you fucked over?
Could be. Was there always a jack-o'-lantern?
I told you about that a while ago now.
I never heard you say that.
When we made the zip line over there, I made the comment, there's a jack-o'-lantern now over here, and no one cared.
I don't remember ever hearing that.
Well, there is a jack-o'-lantern over there, Steven.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Happy to be of service.
I saw possibly the greatest video ever on Facebook yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
It was a beaver meeting an otter, and they were friends.
Precious.
That is adorable.
Very wholesome.
I also, shortly after, because Facebook has the worst algorithm, but sometimes it works out, Facebook thinks that... So autoplay is on by default,
Right.
and Facebook thinks whenever autoplay happens that you want more of that. So it is an absolute crapshoot getting recommended stuff on Facebook. Because if they take a shot in the dark and recommend something to you, and it's in your timeline and it autoplays, Facebook's like, oh, I see you played that. More of that.
Right.
So I get, like, if I see a random video and I linger for more than 2 seconds.
Yep. It automatically like, oh, you watched that.
Yes.
I don't even think you have to click into it. I think like as you're scrolling.
Yeah, that's the autoplay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
And so, like, I think I was scrolling. It was something. It was some kind of cooking video that was like had to do with some heavily buttered bread.
Yeah.
I stopped because I was like, Anna was asking me a question. I stopped for 2 seconds. I looked back down and I was like, okay. And I kept scrolling.
Yeah.
I got 3 or 4 more heavily buttered bread cooking videos within the next 15 minutes. It is the most obnoxious. Like, Facebook is awful. Facebook is the worst. All social media is bad. Facebook's not the worst. Facebook is the least bad of all of them.
Oh,
Because
really?
Facebook, it is, because Facebook, at least, the worst thing it has is ignorant people.
Yeah.
Reddit and Twitter are the worst by far. Fight me. Instagram is harmful.
Harmful?
It's harmful. It's harmful to because it's just it's to no fault of Instagram, because Instagram is the one that has changed the least, I feel like, because
Right.
it's such a simple, focused concept of you post pictures and captions.
Yep.
But because of the culture surrounding Instagram, that has created a
Everything has to be perfect kind of culture.
everything
Is that what you're
perfect.
talking?
Yes,
Yeah.
a filtered culture.
Yeah.
That is toxic. It's unhealthy.
Yeah.
Facebook I think Facebook is the least bad because it is least bad being the least harmful,
Right.
because it's just kind of a networking site that doesn't have as much of a gimmick as something like, because when you go to Instagram, like there's a culture built around it. Much like with Facebook, the culture is like, you may see people rant, but it's a wall of text. You could ignore that.
Right.
You're gonna see those memes that for some reason, like the old people memes, where it's like a 240p image of a Minions quote, or like of one of the Minions characters, and it's a quote that has nothing to do with the Minions, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you see that kind of stuff. There are those quirks, but like ultimately those are harmless. They're just cringe.
Right.
The least bad, I take it all back. The least bad, I think, of all the social medias,
Mhm.
is Pinterest, because Pinterest,
I forgot Pinterest existed.
exactly, because Pinterest is so inoffensive and it limits interaction between people, because it's like, to say it's a social media site is a stretch, because there's not a lot of social interaction, but that's what makes it the least bad, because you don't interact with other people, because people are terrible.
Spider-Man, keep your eyes open.
Where's the lie, though? I went to college for this kind of stuff. I know. Even though they taught me basically nothing about social media, because my degree at the time was behind on everything except for broadcast. But I did papers. I did the research.
Right.
All social media is bad. Ban social media. In fact, welcome to my soapbox for the day. This had, like, I didn't even,
I'm so glad to give you a platform.
nothing even happened to
Uh-huh.
put me in this mood. These are just thoughts that I have.
Uh-huh.
There should be regulation on, like, you know how YouTube's like, oh, you need to be 16 to have an account. Yeah.
Yeah.
That should absolutely 100% be regulated.
Is there not something like that already in effect for these sites?
Yeah, a checkbox that says, are you 16?
That's what I was about to say. I was like, I guess that's, you could always fake that, right? But
Oh, yeah, you absolutely can fake it. And that's why, like, if we have,
Help me out.
if we have age limits for, like, driver's license and stuff,
yeah.
like, I don't know how you do it, but you need to do it where there's some kind of formal regulation of social media and just a lot of internet stuff. And I know everyone's against regulation of the internet, but guess what? You need to regulate the internet when it's so involved in everyone's lives now.
Hmm.
Something's got to be done, because it's it's not a good thing right now.
Feeling refreshed.
Yeah, I think the fine line there is regulation versus like restriction. Like we
Yes.
shouldn't restrict the internet, or restrict the access, and certainly not. People should still be able to speak freely on the internet.
Yeah.
But children definitely don't need to be
Yeah.
on the internet too soon, right?
And steps towards that were made with things like COPPA, I guess, like to where marketing to children.
I'm still so pissed about COPPA because I as you know, Steven, and you'll soon find out, I as a father, we watch a lot of cartoons and stuff off on YouTube, and every now and then there's an ad, and I'm like, now wait a minute, wasn't the whole point of COPPA
that's what it was all about?
So that people can't do ads on these kind of videos?
That was what it was supposed to be. Yeah.
I don't know where the wires got crossed there, or maybe like, yeah, I just don't know what the full story is there. But
that whole thing was because
so
like that was so annoying because like, and I remember like us dealing with that, and like every YouTuber, and this is one of the things I hate about YouTube. People were talking about it, so every YouTuber was like, it's the new adpocalypse. Like basically they turned it into, let's make content about COPPA so that people will watch our videos. Like, and so it became a lot of like fear mongering.
Oh yeah, I was terrified myself. I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be a bad deal. But it ended up, I mean, like I said, it's so not a big deal.
Yep. Yeah, the internet's terrible. I hate the internet. If
but don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. We're a good place. If I could delete everything about the internet other than playing games online with people, and the ability to live stream, but only me.
Right. No one else.
No one else gets to live stream. Like, I would do it like that because the internet has. For a while, it was fun and exciting, and like, wow, look at all the things we can do. And now it's just like, we've done too much. We've gone too far. This isn't fun anymore.
I'm certainly not as harsh on it as you, but I totally agree with like the kids don't need access to too much too quickly. That's such a thing parents need to be aware of and conscious about.
Well, that's.
Especially with phones. I know when I was a kid, that was the big question, and we didn't even have phones that could connect to the internet yet.
Right.
It was like, oh man, I can't wait till I think I got mine when I was 13 or something, maybe. Maybe 12. I really don't remember. Those years get fuzzy for me. But regardless, like that was the big thing then, and that was just so I could text my friends, right?
Yep.
Now I can get on the internet and not only communicate with my friends and strangers, but also like basically all of the knowledge in the world, the known world, is at my fingertips at that point. And it's just like, that's just a little intense and a little too much for,
not even all of the knowledge, all of the misinformation. That's the issue.
There's that too.
Because there's no one, like, you know how in school, or at least this is what I'm told because I was homeschooled, they don't teach you certain valuable life skills that you're going to need to know to exist as an adult.
Right.
There's nothing in schools that teaches about, as far as I know, that teaches about misinformation or fact checking. And so, and honestly, and this is where I have to I'm going to scare Jake real quick. I have to put the disclaimer that the opinions that I'm about to say do not reflect that of the channel. This is just me, speaking my mind, and
I appreciate you putting that there.
Yeah, and it comes from a good place, but it's because I deal with this kind of stuff a lot in my line of work. But the internet and the misinformation and lack of warning of misinformation for the coming generations is going to be the downfall of morality as we know it. Because for specifically, there is a student, of course I'm not going to provide any names,
Right.
there's a student that helps me on occasion at church, and he spends all of his time on the internet because he comes from a really bad home.
Right.
He deals with a lot of trauma, but he found his way to Discord and interacting with with specifically LGBT and furry communities, and he's basically been groomed to think that he is non-binary when he doesn't know what that means, and that he is gay when he very clearly doesn't know who he is or what he is.
How old did you say again?
He is 14.
Yeah. I read something today that was talking about how like the human brain doesn't fully develop until about the age 28.
Yep.
And wow.
Yet you have these conversations where people are saying, oh no, we want to talk about homosexuality to literal children so they can understand what it is. And I'm sorry, and this is again disclaimer, you should probably add something in OBS that that is like a little lower third that
Do I need a button for this now?
Yeah. That is a mental disorder. It was considered a mental disorder for a long time. It is, because it is the brain not functioning in what is considered to be normal functioning brain activity. And because whatever you want, if you want to say it was big business saw the ability to exploit a certain people group, or because politically that people group wanted to be used for votes. I don't know what it was, but we decided that it's normal and it's not. And I know a lot of people of that, like of the LGBT community, whatever, every single one of them. And I'm not saying this is an absolute rule, because there are obviously exceptions, but their correlation and causation definitely exists here. And that is that those people have dealt with severe trauma. And when you connect the dots that are literally right there, the trauma that they experienced caused them to have an unhealthy relationship with sex and their sexuality. Why are we celebrating that? Why are we, when someone decides because they were molested as a child, they decide that they don't know if they're a boy or a girl, why are we celebrating that? Why aren't we helping them cope with the trauma they faced, rather than letting the trauma win and saying, because you went through that and you feel like you're not a girl anymore, you're a boy, that's so brave of you. Like that's disgusting. It's not attacking the problem, it's essentially letting the problem win. And this isn't me coming from a place of like, I'm not homophobic. I pity those people. My heart goes out to those people because I know that they've been through something and I want to help them. But that doesn't mean I'm going to celebrate those things when it's coming from a place of pain. So I'm not going to like contribute to that pain.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I'm, just going to lie down and say, yep, do whatever you want, because you've been through something that changed you to your core, and I'm just gonna let that happen. That just seems so irresponsible.
Yeah.
And again, this is all coming from a place of I have a passion for this because I deal with this at work, and it's not from a place of, and I work at a church. It's not from a place of like, oh, you're gay, so you're going to hell. No, that's stupid. Any person that is represented by the church or represents the church, and they say that, they don't know what they're talking about. and specifically, hey Jeremy, specifically the case that I was referring to earlier, he thought that's what I was all about, because when he first started volunteering, he was like, hey, I need to tell you that I'm gay. What do you feel about the LGBT community? And I was like, I disagree with that lifestyle, because I think it's coming from a place of trauma and pain. But we're all God's creation. Jesus loves us. That's no different for you. And he was surprised by that. Right. He didn't understand. And that's wild to me. So that's where I'm coming from. Is from a place of love and wanting to help. But help, we're getting attacked somewhere. More weavers. God dang it. But help doesn't necessarily, I just got back. Help doesn't necessarily, and usually doesn't, to be honest, doesn't mean just saying, oh yeah, do what your emotions say.
Right.
That's not how to handle problems.
Armoring up.
And so I try to help walk through those things.
I love your perspective, and I appreciate that it does come from a place of love, like you're talking about here. Jesus, or we were just attacking it close, and I have not seen one in person in a minute, or I haven't heard one. I don't know a ton about it. I haven't done a lot of research, but I feel like the mental health thing is probably true for, and I know you said this, but like, it definitely probably is not every case. And I'm sure there are some people who really do, who haven't gone through that trauma, but do feel like they identify with that. But kind of to the point that kind of got us all here is like, you know, I do think that's something that you have to be kind of mature to really know and understand and talk about and make a decision on, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and kind of
careful with that.
Again, to the point of like, back to kids, like we were talking about, like, I do think it's important that if a kid feels like they identify with that, I think it's important that they not feel that they feel, I don't know how to word this, but basically like we shouldn't make that kid feel like they're messed up just because they are already having those feelings, but it should be more of a conversation of like, hey, like this is something you don't really need to be thinking about right now, and you can kind of figure out about yourself later.
Right, but but the thing is, where we are right now, and right now, we are at a place to where I would say the vast majority, or at least this is in my experience, I could be told wrong, but the vast majority of those cases comes from a place of traumatic experience. We're at a place because we're exploiting that as a product, as society. That's not going to be how it is forever, because pretty soon we're going to have the typical adolescent mind so messed up, thinking
Is the key to performance.
that they're supposed to question their sexuality, that it's not going to come from a place of trauma, but it's going to come from a place of indoctrination, where it's like it's going to be almost like a ritual's the wrong word, but like a moment that's supposed to happen in every child's life where they decide, do I like girls or boys? And that's not right. It needs to be a case-by-case basis, to where professionals that understand, and this is again the problem, when I say it's mental disorder, like that's not me saying like, oh, they're messed up and they're freaks. That's like literally when I say mental disorder, because I have mental disorder in terms of like ADD, depression, that is something that I deal with.
Right.
I don't consider myself a freak usually. So that's just me saying that something about the brain is not functioning the way it intended. And of course, You may consider my perspective of quote unquote intended compromised because I'm a Christian. That's neither here or there right now. But all that matters is there was a point in time, not so long ago, where that was considered mental disorder because it was, oh my God.
Did they destroy the garden?
They destroyed the entire freaking garden.
That's what I thought. I walked over there and I was like, I was trying to get some mushrooms and I thought they were gone.
I think that may have been your fire.
You gonna blame me now?
Well, they didn't get inside.
Yeah, it might have been.
All right. Well, help me build it.
What do you need?
I need spoiled meat mainly. I've got everything else. But what was I saying?
I don't know.
I was saying a lot.
We're probably saying more than we need to get into, but
I just think that
Brussels sprouts.
that kind of stuff, if someone feels that way as a child, then a conversation needs to be had, but and of course it doesn't need to be from a place of like the whole thing where young kids are, like young boys are yelled at and told that they can't play with Barbie dolls or whatever. It's like something like that. That's the wrong way to handle it.
yes, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting to of like, and I think ultimately if you approach any interest of a child with a like, hey, you know, this if this is something you really feel strongly about, we can explore it together.
Right.
And
Yeah,
and that goes. I mean, obviously, you know, the conversation of, you know, Daddy, I think I might be gay. Like that's a lot longer conversation that should happen over a lot of years.
Yeah.
But you know, that I do think, like you're saying, that's how that trauma, which that doesn't sound like trauma, probably to some people, of just like, you know, a dad yelling at his son that he can't play with Barbie dolls or whatever, or can't have a pink bike or whatever.
Yeah.
But those are the kind of things that build up and
Oh, absolutely.
can lead to, like
because
you're saying, the trauma.
What happens when you handle that situation like that? You may think, I did it. My son now knows that it is the wrong thing to play with Barbie dolls or whatever. What really happened is that you just created a moment in your son's life that was significant, where they associate Barbie dolls with an uncomfortable moment, or you with Barbie dolls, or like that moment was created to where something didn't add up. And so if, for example, like most kids like what happens with most kids is that there's a lot of, oh, Peter, how'd you he slid all the way down to the bottom of the here. But teenagers and parents, so I'm gonna go and spoil this for you guys, they don't get along all the time.
What?
Yeah, I know. So when there is potentially, and I'm using the example of a father and a son, but when there is potentially strain between a father and son, which is going to happen, it's normal, and there is a lot of like questioning of identity from the son, and they are trying to figure out who they are, and all they know is father is the enemy. And I'm not saying this is what happens all the time, but this is how that pathway can potentially happen. If they decide to rebel and they know father feels so strongly about don't play with Barbies or don't play with girl toys, then suddenly that child starts looking for their identity in a way to rebel against the father into being a girl.
Yeah, right.
Like that's not how it always happens, but that, like, I'm just saying, it's that easy for you to handle, and this is so scary as a parent, but if you mishandle something like that, you could potentially create a huge domino effect that completely changes things.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. But it's tricky. And I've been a parent for a month and a day. I'm not pretending that I have all the answers. But
Steven, I messed up.
What'd you do?
I picked a fight with a wolf spider, and then I jumped down for my safety.
Come on, you
Of course.
need me.
Oh, we have some good insight here from PAS36.fun. Best adult dating site, heart. Best adult dating site, male sign. Well, my rebuttal to that is you've been reported.
Reported, bitch.
Should it be spam or misinformation? Because I feel like that's not the best
So
dating site.
I always report those as pornography. But I don't know. Maybe that's not the way to handle that either.
I can still help. Just give me a hand.
The weevil is stuck down here, and I'm trying to
Bless him.
One long schnoz.
Wendell,
built
get out
for
of there.
sniffing.
One long schnoz built for sniffing.
Where's Alf?
Oh, that's one thing I needed to. Oh, fucking, it's all over there.
There he is.
How much web fiber do you think you have?
I got 40 some from the run I just did.
Okay, so you're gonna have 40 some web fiber or silk
Yeah,
rope.
it's been spinning.
Okay,
So
I think I need about in total. I think like 35 or something like that.
okay. Ooh, that won't be ready by the time you get here if you're headed over here.
No,
but
I'm not. I'm actually headed back. I had a couple pieces of silk from that fight, and I just totally forgot to spin it. I just started running back to what I was doing over here.
I need to figure out a better place to put this garden.
I'm still not completely done with my construction project, but it's very close.
Okay.
I think I've got both zip lines set up. They just need to be connected properly now.
Yeah. I'm trying to feed the bugs, our pets.
Can't waste food. Can't waste food. Can't waste food.
Okay, guys. Okay,
Mom
mushroom
would kill
slurry
me
for
if I lost
Wendell. Please eat, buddy.
As my stomach rumbled right as you said that, so I was like, "How did he hear that?"
When do you want to go take on the Black Widow?
I guess I'm ready when you are. Let me see if I can finish more of these.
Let me make sure Alf eats.
How's my inventory full? I have a lot of junk, that's how. Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna raise up the garden. I'm gonna put it on top of columns.
Good call, good call.
All right, Alf, where you at, buddy?
Steven, is there any way I made an attachment to one of the zip lines? Hang on. Let me cancel this one. I just realized I did this one wrong.
All right, Alf should be happy now. It's very important. What are you trying to do?
Hang on. One of the lower zip lines anchors.
Mm-hmm.
Can you possibly hang on, let me make sure it's at the right one. Okay. I think it's the one. It's one of the lower ones. You'll see that I've got it connected.
So you need me to connect something?
If you can make that connection, I can zip home, and that would be nice.
Okay. Where's all of our clay?
We may be out of clay. I don't know. I haven't taken any. I usually just get
I
clay
think I
on the
know
field.
who's misplacing stuff in the fort basket.
Is it me?
It's Matt. You know, it would really help is how much rope does it cost?
I need 16.
Okay, good. Oh, wait. Okay. There you go.
This is the best ever! Woohoo!
But because Matt was the one with all of our clay before, right?
I don't remember him taking a bunch of clay, but I
Well,
wouldn't put
when
it past
it
him
was
either.
one of the times, it was one of the times when you guys were working on words, zip lines.
Oh. Hey, can I take some of these grass stacks that are here?
Oh yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna make an extra platform up there, and maybe a half wall or something to catch people on that zip line.
Okay.
Oh fuck! Shit! How do you get up there?
Up where?
I forgot that it's so difficult to.
The Fun Guy Tower, or oh, I see. You have to hit it at the back left angle or something. I need to fix that because something happened where the angles got completely thrown off. There's a blade of grass that I think is getting in the way. I chopped it down.
Great, thank you.
I take it it's going great.
It's not ideal, but I'm gonna figure it out. Honestly, I'm sitting here. I'm like, it might be easier to just fling these in, but then I feel like they're just gonna fly off the edge too.
They will just fly off the edge. Can confirm that will happen.
Also, we need to put this turret in a better spot for fights here. That or just move it somewhere else completely. Oh, here we go, baby. I got it.
Okay.
Lol. Okay, I need 4 more pieces. I can do this. I believe in myself, Steven.
That's good. All right, time to build our gardening plots again.
Once I do this, oh, okay, yeah, I can help you with that too. I was gonna say once I finish building this, I can. I'm gonna make sure all my stuff is deposited, and then we can go fight the Black Widow if you want.
Okay.
I've got about an hour before I've got a show I've got to record, so.
Okay. the heavy angle that's at.
All these dang angles. All right. Can I assist you in any way?
Yeah, start building those gardening plots.
Okay. Some rope, wheat stem.
Nope.
I spy.
I assume you don't want me to craft. Oh, never mind. You've got a bunch. I just put in a bunch of tops. Where did I put them? Here we go. I'm gonna go find some stem to help save some of the stem you've got.
I appreciate that.
Since you look like you're doing a lot with stem there.
Yep. I've got 3 stem pallets in the base. One of them is empty, one of them is almost empty.
Yeah.
Kill some bugs out there while you're out there, just so that we've got some meat that we can spoil.
So what bugs drop meat? Because
Weevils, aphids, maybe not aphids because it's like
Don't even need
it's
to
a
boil
specific kind of meat. Gnats, weevils, grubs. One of those 3.
okay. I one-shot a weevil. I hope you're happy.
Really, I'm just not disappointed. Because weevils, you should be able to one-shot 3 weevils at once at this point.
Yeah. Probably could have, but, you know, baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, you still there? I heard you say what's up, and then we continued our very deep conversation.
Yeah, I think we scared off everybody
That's
and
okay.
the porn.
It happens. It happens. Steven, have you seen? You haven't watched She-Hulk yet, have you?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay, all right. Can I just tell you the part that I was just like, oh my god, off the rails does not even begin to describe. Yep. And like, say what you want about She-Hulk. I know you have some of the things you don't like about it. I don't think this. My comments don't relate to that. I just think kind of the ridiculousness of what they did is pretty funny. Basically, the finale starts to happen, and I'm full spoilers here for She-Hulk. Although I really don't know that anything I'm about to tell you even matters, or I honestly don't even know if it's technically canon. But we'll find out. So basically, after her outburst last week, some intelligentsia leaked a bunch of stuff about her and basically just really invaded her personal life and did some really shitty stuff. And so she was very angry, and kind of for the first time, the Hulk kind of took over, and she kind of had an outburst, and she got arrested for it. She was put in jail. She had to wear an inhibitor, and basically had gotten what I guess she kind of wanted the whole time, which was to not be She-Hulk. But now it's such a part of who she's become, she didn't want to lose that part of her. So anyway, she's kind of she's kind of dealing with all of this, and her friend Nikki is trying to help catch these guys that did this so they can bring them to justice. And along the way, basically a bunch of threads start to connect at Emil Blonsky's lodge. And we find out who the Hulk King was. It's one of the guys she dated. And we see him. He's just like openly doing the villain thing where it's just like, this is my whole plan. And anyway, Emil Blonsky comes in as like a guest motivational speaker at this rally that they're throwing. And he comes as the Abomination. So that's a breach in his contract or whatever. And then Jen just happens to be at Emil's place because that's where she was like, I'm just going to go hide away and kind of get away from everything for a bit. So anyway, she walks in, sees this, everything gets mad. The Hulk King, Todd, tells them that he got her blood and has paid some people to synthesize it so it'll work for him. And he injects himself, and she looks at the camera and she's like, this isn't supposed to work, right? And then he, of course, hulks out. But he also can control himself, which I thought was a little crazy. He just was he was a Hulk bro, basically. And yeah, it's just kind of, that was crazy. That was crazy, but I'm not done.
Screw Bruce Banner, I guess.
I'm not done. That was annoying. That was kind of like, okay, crazy. But then Titania shows up, and I don't even know if we ever really expressed why she was there. I don't know if she was there to help Jen. I don't know if she was there just because, like, now that she can't turn into Hulk, she's gonna finally beat Jen. Like, I don't know what the storyline was for her. She just shows up, and then Banner literally falls out of the sky. And at this present moment, Emil was trying to protect Jen from the other Hulk because she still got her inhibitor on. And so Banner sees Abomination holding Jen, and he's like, put my cousin down, you son of a bitch. And they start fighting. And Jen's like, no, he's not. And she looks at the camera and she's like, this is stupid. She was like, this is the worst finale ever. Like, whose show is this anymore? And then it cuts to the Disney Plus menu screen. And I was like, what just happened? And she pops out and she was like, no one's leaving. No one's leaving. We're just going to, I just got to talk to some people. And so she punches a hole through her show, jumps out of it, and she's looking at all the other shows. Like, it's got Multiverse of Madness on there.
This is so stupid.
It's got just a bunch of it's the Marvel page, right? So it's a bunch of Marvel properties. And she's like, no. And she's like, here we go. Marvel's assembled. And she jumps down, punches a hole in that one, and jumps in. And so now she's in the Marvel Assemble show, which, you know, is the behind the scenes, like, here's how we made all these different shows, whatever. And she goes to the writer's room, and she's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? This sucks. And they're like, well, there's certain things you have to do, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, it's a lot of things that she's making a lot of the criticisms that we've heard people say, and even we've said about the MCU right now, of just like, there's no direction. There's no, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she eventually says something like, well, this is my show. This is my life. Like, I want some say in what's happening here. And they were like, well, this is the show that Kevin wants. But if you're watching with subtitles, you'll notice that Kevin is not Kevin. It's K.I. whatever. It's an acronym. And she's like, and Hulk is like, well, I want to talk to Kevin. And they're like, nobody talks to Kevin. And so she's like, well, I'm about to. And so basically she punches her way through Marvel headquarters security. And she eventually gets to this room, and this big... Steven, do you remember Eagle Eye? It was a movie with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
And it's basically like this big AI that controls the world. Mm-hmm. So the AI was represented by this big eyeball that basically did... And anyway, Kevin is that, and is an AI program that's been writing all the Marvel movies. And he basically tells Jen the same thing the writers did, of just like, I do all of this and blah, 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 blah. This
is stupid.
And so basically she convinces the AI to like, hey, let's nix the guy getting the crown, like getting my blood. Like, that's stupid. I don't want that. Do away with that. So he does away with that. She's like, Banner showing up at the last second, like, to save me, quote unquote, really. And they were like, okay. So he's like, but we need him to come back to introduce. And she's like, yeah, I don't care about that. And so anyway, so then she goes back to her movie or her show, and it basically pops in not where we left it. So I don't know, like, did he Hulk out and then it just not work, or what? Like, I don't know where we are now as far as that goes. It just
that
the whole
sounds
thing.
so stupid and pretentious.
Armor protection, engage.
I hate everything about that show.
Overall, I enjoyed the show, and I'll give them this. Like, there's a rare Marvel show finale that I've enjoyed, but so I commend them for like trying to do something different, but this was just too far.
They're just trying to make She-Hulk Deadpool. She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall. She isn't able to step beyond the fourth wall.
Right.
That's stupid.
Well, what I guess I'm kind of frustrated about is like the whole Kevin thing. That opens up all kind of wormholes.
Yeah, it does.
Does the Watcher not matter? Does Kevin write or not the Watcher? Well, I guess the Watcher even too. I meant He Who Remains. But like, is Kevin more powerful than him, or what's the story there? Like,
there isn't one. They just wanted to be self-referential and be like, wow, isn't it so clever and witty that we're acknowledging that this is a TV show that you're watching? Which it's very rarely smart or witty. The only time that's worked, the whole going to the writer's room thing that I can think of, is Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, when Deadpool goes on a rampage and kills everyone, and it ends with him walking into the writer's room. You don't even see what happens, but he's like looking at the reader, and like you see through the door, and it's the Deadpool writer's room, and he's like gesturing like to be quiet, and so it's implied that he's about to kill the writer's room. That's funny. That's clever. What you just said is what a middle schooler would come up with. That's stupid.
Steven,
that
if
is
I drop meat, will it spoil for you and you can use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just hold on to it.
I'm gonna go get you some more acorn shell tops.
Gosh, Marvel's dead. Rip Marvel.
I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, if it doesn't matter, then I guess it doesn't matter. But why did we do it? I don't know. It's just a whole.
It doesn't matter, and that's the thing. Then why are we doing it? It is a waste of everyone's time. They are literally only doing it so that people will talk about it. It has no service to the story.
I've had worse, I guess.
It's just there. And like, She-Hulk the entire time has just been them poking the bear. It's been them making fun of people that don't like She-Hulk. But a lot of the people that don't like She-Hulk, it has nothing. It's the whole Falcon and Winter Soldier thing all over again. It has nothing to do with the fact that she is a woman. It's a bad show. Like, and yet they're just like, oh, all the Twitter warriors hate this show. Let's make them hate it even more. That just because you're aware that people don't like you and you make fun of the people that don't like you, that, you know, we don't care about their opinion anyway, because people who are like woman bad, let's not write to those people because they're not worth acknowledging. Like, that, you've still made a bad show. Like, congratulations, you just proved those people right. For the, like, sure, the whole woman bad thing is still not justifiable, but you've made a bad show, so they have another bullet in their chamber of, this is why women superhero are bad.
Right.
You've just helped those people. Also, Jen sucks, and she's an annoying main character, but that has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman. It's because she's written.
I really liked, I think I texted you this last night. It's like, overall, I enjoyed the show. It's definitely not like, it's probably low on my bar of the MCU shows, but I really enjoyed all of the characters they introduced. And even Matt, did you ever watch the Daredevil episode?
No.
You should at least watch that. Well, I don't know. It might make you mad. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, but that doesn't mean anything to you.
I need to know what you see in Jen. There's nothing redeemable about her. She just complains all the time. She is inconsistent. I don't get what is remotely likable about her.
I have to have someone do something specific that I don't like for me to not like a character.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like, a character should have to sell themselves to you. A character should not, it should not be their battle to lose. You know, like
I guess
they need to prove themselves before you feel any sort of way about them.
Well, I think I come into any new person or even thing as I like you until you've proven that I shouldn't like you.
I'm not trying to tell you how to like things, but that's wrong. Like, you should expect more. Because
I mean, I think the difference is I would tell you I don't love Jen. Like, I'm not going to get a pin of She-Hulk or Jen from this. I'm not going to buy a She-Hulk t-shirt.
Well,
but I enjoyed it.
Well, like, when you meet a stranger.
Yes.
Like, you have no impression of the person.
Yep.
Are you invested in their life?
No.
Exactly, because you need to understand why you should be invested. The same goes for fictional characters.
Well, but see, that's the difference. I like Jen. I wouldn't say I'm invested in Jen either.
But why do you like Jen?
Because she hasn't given me a reason not to like her. And
Are you serious?
I've enjoyed the content that I watched from the show.
But see, her not having any likable or redeemable qualities should be reason enough to not like her.
I mean, I think she was fun to watch, and I thought she was funny in her lines, and all the break the fourth wall stuff. Oh shit. I mean, I enjoyed all of that, even though I still don't really understand why that's the route they took.
Because it is quote unquote endearing, and it convinces people to think that she's likable.
Well, it worked on me because I am convinced she is likable because I enjoyed when she put on camera and had relatable things to say.
But and see, that's a writer's trick. They made Jen talk like you think Marvel fans talk, and it has nothing to do with her character, because the character she is when she's not breaking the fourth wall, that's a different person entirely. Because have you noticed that the way Jen talks to the camera is completely different to the way that Jen talks to people?
Yeah.
Because they're completely different. So the Jen breaking the fourth wall isn't Jen; it's the writers. So that has and I know that's like, well, Steven, I mean, it's Jen that's saying it, but I'm telling you that is, you're not supposed to think that, because it's a trick that the writers are using to where they're like, wow, this character complains a lot, or this character is really bad at expressing their emotions. So let's literally take the steering wheel of the character and write for them. That's what that means when they're completely different. And that's what I mean when I say that Jen is not likable, and the reason that you probably like her is because the writers are using tricks to make you like her. It has nothing to do with the character. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't see why that matters. Like, even if they're tricking me,
it absolutely matters.
It matters. I mean, I don't know.
Because who is Jen at that point? She's like, if she is split between two different personalities and one of them's canon and one of them's not,
I mean,
then it matters.
I mean, she doesn't talk that differently. Like, I mean,
every single one that I've seen, she does. And I'm missing 2 episodes, but I
mean, like, what do you mean? Because like, she's still as sassy like that to Nikki and other people like that. Even when she was around Bruce, she was like that.
The typical Jen is either complaining about everything and about why she's not taken seriously because everyone loves She-Hulk and not her, except for when she loves She-Hulk and she doesn't. Like she's inconsistent. She's complaining all the time. The only time she's quote unquote fun is when she's around Nikki, and that's just really because Nikki brings that out of her. So that's not Jen, really. It feels more like Jen is playing the scene with her. Or when she's breaking the fourth wall, she says things like, oh, I know you want to see Wong. Having him basically gives us Twitter armor for a week. Jen would never say something like that with that kind of sass to the average person. Even really to Nikki, to me. Like, I don't see her ever saying that in casual conversation because that's not her. It's the writers.
I disagree, but I understand your perspective.
Give me an example.
I mean, I wasn't taking notes. If I go back and watch it, I'll try to. Everything you just said, like, I feel like that's how she talks to Nikki. And honestly, the first thought that came to my mind was it's kind of funny because you were saying that doesn't sound like something Jen would say, but it does sound like something She-Hulk would say. And so but even there, I think. Do what now?
They're the same person.
Well, I think that's the whole thing.
But the show started with, hey, I don't have an alter. So Jen and She-Hulk are the same person.
Well, what's funny is I don't think she has an alter. Like, there's not literally another person vying for her attention. But I think it's a lot like people who, like, put on, like, Batman and Bruce Wayne, for example. They're not the same. Like, and a lot of theory is, or not theory, but like a lot of people talk about how, you know, Bruce, who's really the mask? Is Batman the mask, or is Bruce the mask? And I feel like in a similar way, that's kind of what She-Hulk is not all about. That's not the right way to say it, but that's kind of how She-Hulk operates, I think, where it isn't literally another voice in her head or that kind of takes over. But I think when she is She-Hulk, she can be a different person because, you know, she looks good or whatever. Whatever's giving her the confidence she needed. to be that person, that side of herself.
I think that's. I think they may have thought about doing that, but to me, that sounds like there were two different writers' rooms and they forgot to talk, because the show in the first half is very intentional about how much they are not different, like personality-wise, and how she is different from.
I feel like it was more about she doesn't literally have an altar. And I feel like that was the important thing they were trying to get across. And not so much that
Better than starving.
That
I
she
mean, Banner
has an alternate
literally,
personality.
when he first switches to Hulk, I mean, he was uncontrollable, right? And that's what he was expecting. And I think they had to establish that, like, hey, that's not going to be her issue, but she does have what we can kind of consider an alter, in that when she's She-Hulk, she has more confidence and can be a different person.
See, I think that part of the mindset of I like a character until they've given me a reason to not like them. I think part of that mindset that's dangerous is that you.
I think also our terms are a little off, because I almost have another layer in there. To me, I like anyone until they give me a reason not to. But you're taking with I would trust them explicitly, or I'm invested in their personality and their culture or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy anyone until they give me reasons to not enjoy them or like whatever they're doing. But if you, but I may not I may not watch all your shows. I may not watch your show immediately. I'm definitely not going to buy a T-shirt or I'm not going to be invested in your
So do
character.
you like Moon Knight?
I haven't even seen Moon Knight, but I
But do you like Moon Knight?
From the clips that I've seen, yes, I like Moon Knight.
That tastes
But see,
pretty
I would
good.
say that
I'm not a Moon Knight fan. I wouldn't tell you that I love the show. I wouldn't tell you to go watch the show.
See, that's so weird to me. Like, to say that you like something that you have.
I am, and you may hate me saying this, I don't know, but I am more of an optimist, just outright.
Oh, I know you are.
Yeah, and
But
that's ultimately part of it. It's just my
I think-
personality. I'm gonna be positive on it until it gives me a definite reason to be negative on it.
But I think a thing that happens with that is that if you end up becoming invested in something to where, like with She-Hulk, we've talked in great detail about why I don't like it and you like it. And I think what can happen with that mindset, I'm not saying this is what happens with you, but I'm saying that I've seen this happen with people, is that
Let there be
it
light.
becomes so important because you've said it so many times over and over again, you not being you being general, that it becomes a confirmation bias kind of thing, to where it's like, I've said I like this, so why do I like this, rather than maybe I don't like this. And so it becomes like you're looking for reasons that you're seeing that may not be there. Like the whole thing that like Hideo Kojima fans is a great example of that. They need to think that Kojima is good. They need to think that he's deep. And so when Lisa, the ghost from PT, is missing her right eye, they think, wow, there's got to be something there. Let's look up what missing a right eye means. And then they find the scripture from Matthew. If your right eye causes you to sin, then cut it out. And they're like, wow, that's so deep. Kojima did that. But he didn't. And so I think there's a lot of projecting when people are so invested in certain things, to where they project their perspective on something that didn't do the legwork because it's what they see. And interpretation's fine. But I think that there does come a point to where creators, Marvel is guilty of this, Hideo Kojima is absolutely guilty of this, the entire reason he's famous, they're given too much credit. sometimes a bad show is a bad show. Sometimes a bad game is a bad game. People miss.
Now, and here again, this is probably at the bottom of my Marvel TV show rankings. Like, by no means
you haven't even said that yet.
I did say that.
You said it was maybe towards the bottom. You didn't say it was the bottom.
I'm trying to think through all the shows. Like, I don't think there's one that I liked. I have
when are we
liked.
Going, what are we doing, by the way?
If we're gonna go fight the Black Widow, we honestly need to go do that sooner rather than later.
All right, let's go.
By the way, I have the zip lines are both set up now, so you can come over here and get sap whenever you need. 2 or 3 of these still need some crude rope, but they're set to go otherwise.
Okay. Bring your fire staff.
I've got it.
So Black Widow real quick.
What was I about to say?
Bottom of your list.
Oh yeah, I would say that I enjoyed all of the shows. I can't think of one that I just outright hated, and I guess Moon Knight may be the exception there because I just haven't watched it, and at this point I don't really care to watch it. But so I liked this overall. I enjoyed it. It's probably the one I've enjoyed the least, as far as like which ones I don't know. Yeah, it's the one I enjoyed the least probably. Okay. So, but see, that's what I'm saying is I think I have a wider. I like this, whereas to you, for you, if it doesn't give you a reason to say, oh wow, this is good, it's not even a like for you.
Of course not, because any creator, TV show, video game, movie, whatever, they don't earn my respect, earn my appreciation just for doing the thing. Is it a great accomplishment to wait? Why are we? I thought we had a zip line connected to. Oh, do we only have it connected back?
Well, I'm trying to use Central Tower as kind of a base of that way we don't have to spend 65 silk. But to that note, no, we don't have it. I don't think we have a return to the toolbox zip line, and I don't have enough silk rope on me right now.
We need to fortify Central Tower at the base then, like put some mushroom wall around it and stuff.
Well, do you want to do that right now?
I'll do that later. But
yeah, we don't have a return yet.
Taking a look.
Let me see. Let me get here. Connect zip line.
But
we need 32. Oh, and the connection's blocked. That's frustrating.
Right,
I think that's why I don't have one, because I was like, we need to either expand this or do you want to just roll, or so at this point we've got about 30 minutes. It's probably you think that's going to be enough to take on?
I think we can do it because we know where she is. We can at least find her and see what she's back on. But in any sort of creative thing, it's impressive to make a film. Yes, for Marvel, it's not.
Nice and clean.
So I look at it through different lenses. Like, I am more gracious to the student filmmaker that is learning the ropes, has limited budget, hasn't been doing this for long. So I can appreciate.
Cool.
Yeah, and they even make something at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to make a movie.
Yeah.
And so I look at that through a different lens, to where it's like, for that, it's okay. This person managed to make a movie. That's impressive.
Feeling refreshed.
So I go in a lot more lenient and appreciating the fact they were able to pull that off. For Marvel Studios, the biggest production company in the world, basically.
Right.
Sorry, but you have to prove yourself to me, because that's not charming anymore, the fact that you made content, because you've been doing it for so long. And so it is there, like, they do have to win me over with every single piece of content they create, because I can't just say, because it's Marvel, I like it. In fact, I would argue that because it's Marvel, it's a harder battle for you to make me like it, because I'm invested. So I'm not going to say this is I like this, or this is good, just because it's another piece of content. I know that's how a lot of people probably are, and that's why we're in the mess that we are in right now, because Marvel has gotten so big that people will consume it and just be like, oh wow, I love Marvel, I'm a Marvel fan, I'm part of the Marvel fandom. And they don't really have to try anymore. They just have to put out the content.
Yeah.
They have to do the thing rather than do the thing plus make it good.
Right. Yeah,
and
no,
so for
I totally get that, and I'm definitely one of the people you're talking about that just enjoys whatever they put out. And to your point, like I may put an indie thing like as better than some of these, probably some of the better Marvel shows. I would probably say, oh, this indie show that some student film guy did that he really put in the work. I might say, oh, that's better than what Marvel did this year. But I would still say I enjoyed what Marvel did, but it just may not be the thing that I go down and say, oh man, like we're always talking about at some point we want to do a Lord of the Rings rewatch, right? Like I don't think, I don't know how long Lord of the Rings has been out, but I don't think in let's say 10, 15 years we're going to be sitting here saying, oh man, we got to go back and watch She-Hulk, like I don't think that's going to happen. But to get me through, I don't know how much hours of content that was, a couple 30-minute TV shows, but, I don't know how much content it was, but hey, to get me a couple hours of entertainment, sure. Like, I'll watch it and I enjoyed it.
oh my god,
Yeah, I don't know where we're headed.
I'm just headed east.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's freaking fire ants.
We're almost to Toolbox Tower. There's a lean-to at the top if you want to get up there, and
I would love to.
we can set a spawn there. Also gonna grab 2 of these.
Can you hit this ant with your minty fresh powers while I repair our stairs? Oh my god, the freaking lunges. What the hell? Leave me alone. Three of them now.
Help me out!
I'm down. This guy's like 1 or 2 hits away.
Get up, Allie!
Hoops, back in the game.
Freaking hate these guys.
Oh shit, wolf spider.
Oh my god!
Iron Spider! And to be worried about.
I'm gonna go down. Yeah, I'm down.
I'm hiding.
I'm hiding.
Give me a second. I'll come get you, but tell me when she's gone.
She's de-aggroed, but she's
Just give
stuck
me a
near
hand.
me.
Get up, Allie!
Let me in, coach.
Now she's aggroed.
Run. Hate this. Hate this. Hate this.
Fuck. Why is it so hard to jump? Steven, I feel like there's a ladybird or something coming.
There it is.
I'm down.
Come on, you need me.
He broke through whatever he was stuck on.
Yep. We're
Get
right
up,
next to the
Allie.
Black Widow. Get out of
I'm
there.
not finished yet.
Yep, I'm poisoned. Oh my god. Kill her.
She's down. We got everything
Oh my
else.
god.
I can still
We got
help.
everything else after
Give
us.
me a hand.
Gee whiz.
Where are you spawning?
I spawned at the mushroom castle.
Okay.
I love that we were headed up that tower to spawn, to set spawn, and then got effed over.
Tiny Pete versus the Bunny.
these fire ants.
For me, it was that ox beetle. That ox beetle just took my butt and threw it away.
Another one.
Another one bites the dust. Are you like right behind me?
Yeah. Oh my god! Leave me alone.
That tastes really good.
Yeah, the upper yard, man, it's intense.
Hey, bird.
Fucking Jesus.
My lucky backpack. Help me
Fucking
out.
Jesus.
Get up, Allie!
Let me in, coach.
Oh, Jesus, these lunges. Why are there 10 million fire ants here?
Come on, you need me.
I'm gonna unequip my helmet
up, Allie.
too. I think that might be
I'm
part of the
not
problem.
finished yet.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Jesus.
Help me out.
We are swarmed
Allie.
right now.
Really?
I'm just running up the tower. Let me run up the tower and at least set my spawn. And maybe they'll ignore us. Who knows? Is there not a spawn up here? Here it is. Alright, where's the Black Widow?
Oh crap. Let's chill for a sec.
Oh, here's a
Alright.
gun. Oh, you already got him.
Drop straight down on the top of that screwdriver that's pointed towards us.
Oh, I don't have a dandelion.
Just jump. Well, how do you not have a dandelion? What'd you?
They run out.
When did yours run out? Did
Probably
you-
days ago. I don't know.
Better than starving, I
Oh
think.
my god. All right.
Taking a look.
Black Widow is, we think, in there.
All right.
No water filtration tablets needed. There's a spiderling running around here.
You need to heal. Take advantage.
I've got one and it's running.
I used a heal bossa, the one heal bossa I had.
Spiderling, keep your eyes open.
Spiderlings. Nature's soccer balls.
What?
What kind of soccer are you playing?
That's a one-liner.
Where are you?
I'm above you on the screwdriver.
Okay. Are we going down there?
chill. I
Spiderlings.
figure we chill for a second so we can heal a little bit.
Nature's Soccer balls.
Because if you're gonna probably get hit, and I'm expecting them to be extremely venomous.
Yeah. You got any
So-
extra food?
I got some mushrooms. I just dropped 4 mushrooms down on top, and there's a fire ant chasing you. Dropped 4 mushrooms down there.
bad worse, I guess.
How's your health doing?
I'm putting on another bandage to keep going, but I'm about halfway.
That's probably good enough. You're gonna lure this thing.
I'm gonna what?
You're gonna lure it.
I'm gonna lure it out.
That's the plan.
All right.
I know you're probably aware of this. That's a baby.
Oh, I know.
Okay. How many more are there?
I don't see any more, but damn, this poison lasts long.
Yeah. Oh my god, piss off, ant. Fire ant, behind you, behind you. I fell. God dang it. Alright, guess we're doing this thing together.
I mean, if you want to go back up there,
Oh my god, where'd you even come from?
if you want to work your way back up there, that's fine with me. Do you have any bandages you can spare?
Yeah, I'll drop you two.
I just want to keep some so I can engage healing.
Taking a look.
I don't mind pressing forward and
Oh, I didn't know how far in this thing went.
definitely need.
Oh yeah, that's her, that's her, that's her. Holy crap. Yeah, you need to lure her out.
Yeah, you go back,
Safety
get in
first.
position. I'm gonna clear my path.
Yep. Right, I'm here.
Oh my God, Steven, she's terrifying.
Yes.
Black Widow! That's one spider murder machine!
Fuck. Fuck.
Is she coming?
Oh well. I hit her.
She may not take the bait. Hit her again.
Fuck. Steven, I don't think she can leave this room. Help.
Yeah. Holy crap, that health bar.
I know. That's when I was like, oh my God.
She's probably just sitting back like these idiots think I can't leave this room.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
She's like, just wait till I get to half health.
I gotta drink some water.
Okay.
Never mind, I don't have water.
Keep hitting. Keep hitting. Gotta let my stamina regen. Let me know when you're about to need to regen your stamina. I'm gonna regen mine.
I'm basically just pacing it to where I can hit once every couple seconds, but I'm just getting enough stamina to hit, and then I hit again. I love seeing all the arrows just bounce
Yep.
around.
Got about 20 arrows in there. Super venom. Black Widow Fang. Okay. Hated that. Let's run to the research station. Also, please drop my arrows.
Here, stop right there.
Yep. Excellent. So yeah, we probably need to kill her again.
Let's just go back to base
Oh yeah,
and come back here. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to.
yeah, I agree.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yep.
What the fudge?
The funnier thing is that the base is still there, the base of the stairs.
Right.
So I don't even know how they destroyed it.
I'm so mad. Jeremy and I spent so much time on that.
Yep. That is why in such a hostile area, if you're making a ladder,
I'm gonna fall
you
over.
you need to make sure that it only needs to be climbed up once. Period.
Yeah.
So we need to, if we do that again, we need to make sure zip lines are connected both ways.
Well, that didn't matter. I mean, it's because I mean, once the tower was destroyed, it's destroyed.
Well, yeah, but it was destroyed because we had aggro down there because we had to climb up it.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, whenever we make a tower in a hostile area, we need to make sure we are not touching down on the ground near that tower ever again.
Gotcha.
And that's no one's fault. But it's just, we've talked about this. It's always a risk when you make those in such hostile area.
Right.
But I think that it's happened twice now that we need to reassess how we do hostile ladders.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy and I should have thought twice once we had to fight a wolf spider at that spot.
Yes.
That should have been the sign. Ugh, so much work. So much work. Not to mention web fiber.
Yep, that's the part that breaks
Hey,
my
do you
heart.
have any food at all? I just need like something to get me
I
home.
threw you all of my food.
Oh, great. Okay. I got to find something ASAP. I probably just should have just kept running to base.
Start zipping. You'll probably pass some mushrooms. You just drop down on them.
I have 8 seconds.
Oh.
If you could have seen how I died.
Oh, man.
On the
All
plus
right.
side, we've upgraded my equipment enough times that like dying just essentially doesn't do anything to it.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, here we are. Of course, all that stuff was in my backpack too.
Of course it was.
I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. It's fine.
You guys, I say you guys. So you and Matt, you gotta be better about your food control.
I mean, it's kind of, we don't have just a storage of food at the base.
We did.
Well, you know. Well, but it only grew like 8 mushrooms.
We've
Like,
got.
that's not
I'm
enough.
looking.
That's not
I'm
enough
looking
for
at
all of
over
us to
I'm
take
looking
a
at over
stack.
100 mushrooms right now.
Where?
The middle chest on the shelf.
On the shelf.
On the shelf, yeah. That's where I've been putting all the mushrooms.
Okay. Well, I'll start trying to take a stack.
I try to take a stack with me wherever I go.
I feel like the last time I looked around there,
I probably replenished it kind of recently, but
okay. Steven,
what?
I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now.
What are you saying?
I'm where my backpack's supposed to be, but I don't see it.
Jake. I'm gonna be so
I'm
mad.
trying to get a map to see like where did I
maybe it went to the base of the zip
I
line.
think I'm at the wrong. Yeah, I went to the wrong backpack. Is what it is.
Was that other dead kid's backpack? No wonder.
I have two, and I don't know. I wish you could like tell it to, hey, just forget this one,
Yeah.
because I don't need it anymore.
Ugh.
I'm coming. I'm headed towards the right one. It's so hard when you're on ground level. You can't tell where you are. Because all of my landmarks are so fucking blurred for whatever reason. I wish you could dial that down. The distance blur. I'm sure it's so that the game doesn't crash when it's running.
Yeah, like let's draw distance, probably.
Is that something you can affect?
I would check your video settings.
Yeah, I might do that here in a second.
Looks like everything's still here.
Somehow, I can't believe this.
Mm-hmm.
My backpack was at the kids' case, which is where I respawned. I think it just respawned with me wherever I went. Because I died in the air.
Yeah. All right, cool. So if we ever think we're gonna die, jump in the air.
Or fall, jump off a cliff, something.
Well, the fall will, the sudden stop is what will kill you at that point. So
Well, that's what I mean. Well,
what killed you was hunger, and you were midair, and that's what did it, probably.
yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, let me go
So-
down. Let me go down and research here. I'm gonna set my respawn first, in case you try to kill me while I'm researching back here. All right, super venom. Widow dagger. Was that the thing we needed?
It's the thing we need.
Nice. We have a widow spalder. What is that?
It's a chest piece.
Oh, okay. And then
How much super venom do you have, and how many fangs do you have?
hang on. We have one super venom and we have one fang, which I'm about to analyze now. Steven,
Kill another one.
Steven, that was easy.
But it was gross.
I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was the most pleasant experience I've had in this game.
It was disgusting. Also, the Widow armor gives you additional poison damage, so if somebody wants to run the Widow dagger with Widow armor, whew, that'd be a lot of damage.
Widow dagger was what we needed, though, to...
What we need to get the Pon Moss, yes.
Nice. Well,
we'll go kill another one of those later, and we also need to kill some roly-polies and some black ox beetles so that everybody can have tier 3 armor. Actually, what armor are you wearing?
I'm wearing the black ant armor.
What armor do you want?
I don't know. I might, when I've got some free time and I can't play, I might start just kind of researching what I want to do with armor. I definitely want the wizard hat because that's supposed to give magic more damage.
Are you sure about that?
I don't. It's supposed to do something for magic.
It says wizard's defense, so I don't think it has anything to do with damage.
Are you sure?
I don't know what that. Yeah.
Wizard's defense.
Yeah, look at the wizard hat. The perk says wizard's defense.
Either way, I'm slinging magic. I probably need to.
You may not like this.
Yeah.
But where is it? I'm thinking spider shoulder guard. Probably spider legs. Because it is hasty regen, so you'll get stamina back faster.
I think if I do that with a magic hat, that'll be a perfect combo for me.
Okay. And actually, once I get my moth legs, I can just give you my spider legs because I've been wearing those, and they're very upgraded.
Why not? Look, I can do black armor or black widow spider legs though.
because that's poison damage, not hasty regen.
Oh, okay. All right. Well then, yeah. All right. Well, that's where I've got to call it. Do you? Well, we'd have to do some fancy footwork to get you in on the stream.
I'm hopping off.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for tonight or for today. Unless Steven or Matt or somebody decides to do a surprise stream later tonight. But this was the planned content for tonight, or today. So we will be back tomorrow with some fun stuff. I think you guys were talking about
Warframe.
Warframe, yeah. So
Jeremy.
that'll be fun. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Yeah, peace out.
Bye.
Peace out. A-Town down. Burn it, burn it. I don't know how it goes. I don't know how that all does. Okay. Bye. I had to find the button.